The Thor Nodes token price has been in free fall lately, from a high of $215 at the end of January all the way down to roughly $40 about a month later today on February the 22nd. So why has this been happening? Is it going to continue? What have I been doing with my nodes? And what is my plan for the next 30 days? We're going to go into all of that in this video, and I'm going to give you my honest, unfiltered thoughts on these node projects and their sustainability for the rest of this year. So let's get into it. Now, there are a couple of very clear reasons for this price action. The first one, the world is so uncertain right now. Crypto, no one knows what's happening. The world, politically, no one knows what's happening. Okay, so outside of what's going on in the Thor project specifically, which I'll look at in a second, the markets are very uncertain. All markets hate uncertainty. Crypto hates uncertainty even more, and small cap altcoins hate uncertainty even more than crypto and Bitcoin in general. Even Strongblock, which is seen as the most trusted and reliable node project in this sector right now, has seen huge price action to the downside. The recent high was over $700, and today the price is under $300 in a very short period of time. And then we've got the Thor ecosystem itself. There's been a lot of uncertainty and negativity inside the Thor ecosystem. And we've seen this with other node projects. We've seen it with Strong. We've seen it with Power. When no one knows what's going on, there's contract changes, the rewards are going down, people lose faith, people sell, there's negativity spreading, and the price goes down. This isn't the first time that this has happened in this market. And with all that taken into account, I'm not surprised to see the token price sitting where it is today for Thor at $40. So what have I been doing the last few weeks, and what do I plan to do over the next month? Now, I first got into Thor Nodes when the token price was around 170, 180, something like that. Now, was that a good entry point? No, it was terrible. But I've stuck with it. I've stayed in the project. I've really been in the community. Most importantly, seeing how the team reacts, seeing what they're doing, and I'm feeling pretty good. So over the last few weeks, I've actually been averaging down and setting up more Odin nodes as the token price drops. You can see that currently I have 4, and I think today or tomorrow I'm about to set up my 5th. So why have I been doing that, and why am I planning to set up another node in the next day or two at $40? Well, the way I look at it, there's 3 possible outcomes. Outcome number 1 is the thing goes to 0. They either rug or the token just completely crashes. From my time in the community, I honestly don't think that's likely. So that leaves us with 2 other outcomes. Outcome number 2 is the price just bumbles along, the market stays somewhat uncertain, maybe the price continues to bleed a little bit, and instead of from today taking 77, 78 days to ROI on an Odin node, that's about 10 weeks or 2.5 months, maybe it takes 4, 5, maybe 6 months. So I'm thinking, my worst case, I might take 6 months to break even. Now, the third possible outcome is the token price makes any kind of recovery. They keep innovating, they keep looking for new ways to drive revenue outside of people setting up new nodes, and they pay rewards, let's say, for at least the next year. At that point, if it lasts that long and the token price goes up at all, my ROI on my recently purchased nodes is going to be very, very high. I'll make my money back very, very quickly. And once I'm past that point of break even, my ROI is theoretically infinite. So I'm pretty happy to take that risk. And don't get me wrong, this is definitely risky. It's still new, it's still unproven. There's a lot of FUD right now. I'm kind of looking at it like a game of roulette. I put my money on the table, I might lose it, but I might do pretty well. And in this case, the pretty well will be a payout over the next year or so. I guess I've always been a bit of a gambling man, and I'm happy to take that kind of risk with less than 1% of my overall portfolio. Now, would I tell you to do the same? Absolutely not. I think it's irresponsible to tell strangers on the internet to invest in something that's less than 3 months old and in a downtrend. So I would never do that. But this video is about what I'm doing with my money, and that's a decision that I've decided to take and a risk that I'm taking on. I guess that's just a really fancy way of saying not financial advice. Now, one really important thing to keep in mind is all of these node projects that kind of fall into the same bucket, they're all coming up with their own ways to make themselves more sustainable and generate more revenue. Thor nodes have the lottery. the ability to buy and sell nodes as NFTs in the future, the gaming and metaverse projects that are coming out, the new node feeds that will contribute more revenue to the project. And then you've got all the others. You've got Multi-Chain Capital doing their own thing, their huge product suite, their unique take on nodes, which can already be bought and sold as NFTs from day one, which I'm really excited about. And then you've got Strongblock, obviously the leader in this space, going a completely different way to everybody else with their own chain, etc., etc. So I think the space, this market does have a future. We're just not quite sure who the winners are going to be yet. And on that note, if you are looking for more passive income opportunities in crypto, you should definitely watch this video next.